Traditionally in Russia, as you mentioned my work, Russia was a patrimonial state. Until the late 18th century, all the productive wealth of the country was in the hands of the government. I mean, it's true that there were landlords and so on, but they only owned their things at the grace of the government. Culture changes very slowly. Public opinion polls are somewhat discouraging. Most Russians want a strong government. They don't respect law. They don't respect. When they're asked, I don't know if you heard my talk today, you want porядок or svoboda, or whom they want porядок. Certainly, I wish the tradition were broken, and Russia would move towards respect for law and for human rights and for property rights. Whether it will happen or not, I don't know. I hope it will, but it takes time. I have written a book which has been translated into Russian, Собственность и свобода. My feeling is that for economy to grow, there has to be absolute respect for private property. The government has to say, we do not tamper with private property, we respect investment. I mean, look at Khodorkovsky. Here is a man who was a billionaire. Because he did something the government didn't like politically, they stripped him of all his wealth, put him in jail. Well, that's self-destructive. You need a leader, elected leader in this country who understands this. When you have the next election, you should elect as president of Russia a man who says, I will respect law, I will respect private property, and give signs, evidence that he means what he says. Russia is very difficult to administer democratically. And anyway, Putin, I think, I've read a statement by Putin made before he became prime minister or president, in which he spoke very, very well about legality and about democracy and all of that. I think he also thought that he was probably a Democrat. I think he misunderstood him.
In his early years, Putin seemed to behave like maybe not a Democrat, but at least a market-oriented leader. Why do you think the situation?
Because Russia is very difficult to administer democratically. Mm-hmm. It's a country that has tradition of strong government authority, never mind how exercised, legally or not legally. And everybody who tried to run Russia democratically until now has failed. I mean, Kerensky, I knew Kerensky.
Sorry?
I knew Kerensky.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to run it. A few months and there was chaos. One has to change the mentality of the Russian people. Well, Putin probably will not change, but in 2016 you may have a completely different president.
If Russia doesn't change, what will be its destiny in the modern globalized world?
Become very stagnant. It'll become an unimportant, insignificant country. I mean, if Russia does not change, then a century from now it will be a very minor factor in world politics. It will be like, I don't know, Argentina or something like that. So that's very important for Russia to change.